Samsung is minutes away from unveiling its latest innovation at simultaneous events in Berlin and New York. The company is expected to release its next generation of products, including a new Galaxy Note phablet and a smartwatch called the Galaxy Gear. So, will this spark the next wave of wearable technology as the company goes head-to-head with Apple? Our senior West Coast correspondent John Ehrlichman is live from the event in Times Square in New York. John, set the scene for us. What's going on there?
Well, this is a big press event. Obviously, as you highlighted, they've got two events going on today. One in Berlin, where there's a big, well-known trade show where you would unveil a product like this. And, of course, you got to make sure that some of the media here in New York have their chance to see this product for themselves. And there's a lot that's been discussed about what kind of watch we're talking about. Something that can allow you to do, email and web surfing and voice search and potentially even see what kind of phone calls are coming in. Maybe video games, all the kind of stuff that you would already be doing on your phone, but do it on a smaller scale on a watch that might have a 2.5, 3-inch screen. But for Samsung, this really is an important business move for a couple of reasons. Here's a company that is always trying to stay in the innovation headlines with Apple these days. And additionally, here's a company like Apple that is trying to keep people excited, not just about buying new devices, but buying more smartphones. Let's face it, even the highest-end smartphones today, it seems like there's a little bit of fatigue, especially in markets like the United States. There is this possibility that you pair your watch with your phone and the experience gets better. And when you're the largest smartphone maker on the planet, that certainly is an important strategy shift. And obviously, we'll see how all the details of this device plays into that over the course of the next couple of hours. Emily?
This is certainly a big day for Samsung, John, especially given that they're unveiling this smartwatch ahead of Apple's smartwatch, something that we've reported that Apple is working on in the context of all of these patent disputes that have been going on around the world, Samsung being accused of copying Apple. This is certainly seems to be an opportunity for them to show that they are leading and not following. How significant is this particular launch for Samsung, in your opinion?
Yeah, no, I think for that very reason, that's one of the key reasons why Samsung would move down this path in the same way that they would move into all different device areas as they have. They've shown more willingness than a company like Apple to offer anything and everything. That means different price points and different sizes. This is also an event where they're expected to unveil the latest phablet, the tablet phone combination, their Note, the Note 3 from Galaxy, which is expected to be unveiled here as well. And I think that given the marketing dollars that this company is already spending, it makes sense in a lot of ways to come out first, potentially, if Apple is indeed going to come out with a product like this, to come out first and say, hey, we're out there, we're trying to get developers on our side. Remember, there are a lot of very popular fitness apps these days. This is certainly going to be positioned as a similar type product to what Nike has been pushing as well. And maybe they can get the developer community from healthcare and fitness and even the food industry to get on board with a product like this. And I think that gets to this question of how big a market can this ultimately be. And I think the answer for now is we don't know, but we do know that there are big players that are pushing into this area. Sony is already in the smartwatch business. And so if the big players are making a push here, it's going to make sense that over the next few years, you're going to see millions and millions potentially of smartwatches sold. Emily?
And John, the event has just kicked off there where you are in New York as well as Berlin. Of course, we're also waiting for next week, Apple's big event where we're expecting potentially 2 iPhones to be unveiled, among possibly other things. All of this coming just a day after Microsoft bought Nokia. Put this Samsung event into context for us, given what's going out there in the rest of the smartphone landscape.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that gets to a couple of really important things. I mean, first, on the topic of Apple and potentially coming out with, different priced smartphones, obviously that is a reminder that Samsung has had the global dominance in smartphones and that Apple is aware of that. And while it has a very focused approach, that there is a lot of opportunity overseas for the company. But you're right about that other factor, and that's certainly what Samsung may be envious of, the software that Apple has as part of its hardware strategy. Emily?
All right, John, thanks so much. We're going to be back with you in just a few minutes, but I want to get to J.K. Shin, the head of Samsung's mobile division. He is speaking now in Berlin. Let's take a listen in.
Today, we cross a new boundary. we push higher on the next step in our journey together. Our newest innovation delivers a Note experience that is slimmer and lighter, with larger screen but more compact. It is faster and has longer battery life. It is better Note experience in every way.